Hello everyone, thanks for tuning in again. Well, I've got a ton to go through here in episode 11 of our new home automation products and our new smart home features. So let's get going. Alright, so we're going to start with a couple of smart home hubs or a couple of smart speakers here. The first one is by Facebook, and if you haven't already heard, Facebook is intending to put out their own smart home speaker. So now this device still doesn't have a name. We still haven't physically seen it, at least not a verified version of it. But the Facebook speaker essentially is now delayed, and this is related to the privacy concerns that have come out very recently for those of you who've been paying attention to that story. So for right now, we're not going to know anything more from Facebook. Now the second home speaker I want to talk to you about, it's the HomePod. Now the HomePod recently had an update that came out, and I think for those of you with the speaker, you're probably already noticing that your bass levels have actually reduced. Now there's no equalizer capability here within Apple's ecosystem or software at all, so you really can't control this, but a number of users are complaining basically that the Apple HomePod has had kind of its teeth removed in terms of its bass. Now the second piece to talk about in relation to Apple HomePod and the Apple HomeKit in general is actually related to the latest iOS update that came out. Now the latest iOS update, there wasn't a lot of information coming out, and there wasn't a lot that people were pointing to and saying, hey, that's a big deal. But in the home automation space, if you've been paying attention, Apple HomeKit has always had a requirement for specific hardware requirements in order to connect to the HomeKit system. Now, what's changed in this iOS version, and what I think it's going to lead to, are a lot more HomeKit and HomePod available devices, or devices that can integrate with those systems. What's changed here is basically now there's the capability for all of these manufacturers to go and connect to HomeKit from a software basis. So not every device has to have the same hardware requirements that Apple was previously requiring, but now they're able to essentially complete an update to their device and make it possible to connect with HomeKit. So I think what you're going to see now is a lot of devices come into play here for the Apple HomeKit and the Apple HomePod. Alright, so switching over to some new products here. Now, last week I introduced a couple of products that were smart home products on Indiegogo, and you know what? I followed it up with a couple of more because it really seemed like people enjoyed those products. Now, the first one I want to talk to you about is called Nightingale. Now, Nightingale is a smart home device that's controllable through your Google Home or your Amazon Echo series. You're able to control that device to basically produce white noise sounds for you, or a number of sounds that are clinically proven to help you sleep, or so the folks at Nightingale say here. Now, what they say within their device is that you can control it, you can turn it on and off. There's an LED light function as well with a number of colors, and all of this plugs into a standard outlet. From there, the device turns on and off as you want to. You can either do it on a sleep cycle, or you can turn it on or off as you wish, as I said, with one of the smart home hubs. But it turns on and then it creates that white noise and helps you sleep. The other device I want to talk to you about here now, I think lots of people saw the SodaStream come out, and to me that was pretty interesting. I like to drink a lot of club soda or sparkling water, whatever you want to call it here. But so the new device I want to tell you about is called the R-Ocean 1, and what it is essentially an improvement on the SodaStream with extra smart home capabilities. So again, this is another device that is intended to expand the smart home. Now, as with many devices out there today, this is compatible with Google Home and Alexa, or the Echo series here. So you're going to be able to actually put this or attach this to your tap, and they're in the prototype phase here, you can attach it to the tap, you can carbonate, you can use regular water, it will filter the water, and then on top of that, it will flavor the water. So again, a lot like that SodaStream device, but with a lot of smart home capability, and I love the fact that it actually attaches to your tap at home. Now, a couple updates here on kind of the business side of things. The first one, if you haven't already been paying attention, the Korean company called Foxconn has actually gone out and acquired Belkin or the Wemo brand, along with some other brands like Linksys here. Now, they've gone out and done that and instantly have entered into the smart home market. So we're going to see what developments come out of that, but right off the bat, you now have a new owner for all of your Wemo devices in your home. Hive has come out with essentially a subscription model for creating a smart home in your home if you're in the UK. So for £28, you can get a pretty large number of devices. Now, I want to get this right, so I'm actually going to look at the picture here as I do it. So the package you'll get includes the Hive thermostat, a smart plug, a motion sensor, 2 dimmable Hive active lights, a Hive hub, and a receiver, and then an Amazon Echo Dot. Now, all of that comes to you for that price I told you, the £28 here, and this is a monthly subscription price that you can go ahead and get today. One last thing to tell you about, for those of you who own a Sonos speaker, there is a new service out there. It's the Audible book reading service from Amazon. So you can now get that service. It can be initiated through your Sonos app, and you can go ahead and listen to books through your wonderful Sonos speakers. All right, well, there you go. We're all done for episode 11 of new home automation products and new smart home features. Now, of course, at the end of this video, there is going to be a subscribe button, and if you like this kind of content, go ahead, click that, and of course, let me know what you think about any of the products or the features here that I've talked about today in the comments below. We'll see you guys next time. Thanks for watching.